Hi there, my name is Reed. My name is Reed Yobe. Reed Yobe. I want to talk about a chameleon today. Chameleon. That animal which changes colors. It's very difficult to tell what color a chameleon is, because it's always changing colors. And what I want to share with you today is actually inspired by a chameleon. I was just sitting and thinking to myself, and I was just thinking about a chameleon. Yeah, you see, I'm that kind of a person who tries to learn, draw lessons from almost everything that I see and from the experiences that I go through as far as life is concerned. And I try to draw life lessons from everything that I see and all experience. And I want to say to somebody listening to me that don't be like a chameleon. If you are like a chameleon, I challenge you today to change. Don't be like a chameleon. You see, people who are like chameleons are very difficult to work with, and it's very hard to trust. Actually, it's impossible to trust them. You may, before you know that they are like chameleons, you may trust them. But once you realize that that's who they really are, then you lose trust in them. So if you are like a chameleon, I would want to challenge you to change. Because being like a chameleon affects your ability to build and maintain meaningful relationships. Because people want to relate with those that they can trust. People want to build and maintain relationships with people, with those that they can trust. Be it at work, courtship, marriage. People wanna have something to do, want to relate, want to build and maintain relationships with those that can be trusted. A chameleon changes colors. You see? So, I've come to realize that there are people in this life who don't have values or principles of their own. People who do not have characters of their own. But wherever they go, they try to fit in. Wherever they go, they try to change and be like whoever they find in a particular environment. And it's very difficult to trust such people because you can never know who they really are. Even if you are to talk about them, it's very difficult for you to say or talk about the things that they stand for. Because for them, it depends on where they are and who they are with. Someone once said, "Show me your crowd and I'll show you your future." Because normally when people are associated with a particular crowd, then they become like that particular crowd. But then what happens when you are moving from one crowd to the other? What happens? You must have a character of your own. You must have values and the principles of your own that you have to maintain wherever you go. You may be changing jobs. You may change friends. You may change places where you live. You probably could be a traveler, traveling from one place to the other. You could be probably one person, that kind of a person who works with people from one place to another. Maybe you spend 1 week in a certain area, another week in another area, on and on like that. Or maybe 1 month in this area and the other month in another area. Or maybe 1 year in this area and another year in another area. Or maybe 1 year, 1 decade in this area and another decade in another area. But then all those movements must not affect who you are. You must have values and principles that you maintain. Values and principles that you cannot change in an effort to try and fit in. Trying to fit in a certain maybe environment that you may find yourself in. You have to maintain. You see, as human beings, we must grow. And growth comes with change. You see, there's a difference between growing and just changing simply because you have found yourself in a certain environment and you're trying to fit in. Growing, there's got nothing to do with trying to fit in. But growing has got something to do with trying to become a better version of yourself. Who I am today shouldn't be who I am in the next 5 or 10 years. I must grow and become a better person. I must change, right? That's the kind of a change that we expect. You see, a chameleon just changes colors. 1 minute is on this branch that's green, and then it changes its color to green. The next 5 minutes, it finds itself on a flower that's red in color. Then it changes its color to red. This has got nothing to do with growth. but it has everything to do with trying to fit in, because where I am is blue, so let me be blue. Where I am is red, let me be red. Where I am is white, let me be white. Where I am is black, let me try to be black. Don't be like a chameleon. Because if you're like a chameleon, people will find it very difficult to trust you. Actually, you can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. Because we may say, so and so doesn't do drugs. So and so doesn't do drugs. But the moment you find yourself with a crowd that does drugs, then we see you doing drugs. Then you move from that crowd, or maybe you find yourself maybe staying with people that are Christians, and you start living and acting like one. No, let people know where you stand. There's nothing wrong with growing. There's nothing wrong with changing, right? As in growth, but not just for the sake of fitting in, because you happen to find yourself in an environment that's different from the environment that you were before. Then you want to fit in. Don't do that. It has got a negative effect on your image, how people see you. And it has got a negative effect on your ability to build and maintain meaningful relationships. Because nobody would want to be a friend with someone that cannot be trusted. Someone that you do not know what they stand for. Because when people become friends with you, normally it's because of your values and your principles. You are being chosen by someone as a friend because of your values and your principles. But then if you're like a chameleon, they might wake up one day to find that you're no longer the kind of a person that they became friends with. So, what option will that leave them with? Nothing but to leave you. What if it's marriage? You get married, and then your husband, your wife, just wakes up one morning to find that you completely different from who they knew you to be. And it might make it very difficult for you to reach that stage of marriage. Rather, you'll be jumping from one relationship to the other, because people will be leaving you for that very particular reason, that you can't be trusted. They don't even know who you are. So this is just a warning that I'm issuing out there to say, don't be like a chameleon. Don't be like a chameleon. Thank you. This is Reed Yobe.